What's happening? What's happening with it? Y'all already know what it is. You tuned in to another episode of Everything Boxing. There you go, talking that boxing again. Yeah, we gonna cook today. That's for damn sure. Y'all hit the like button when you come in the building. Do me that favor and hit the like button as you come in the building. Let's see who we and jump in the comments. Let me know you're in the building. Let's see who we got in the building. My man Prince Amir in the building. What's happening with it? Johnny Q in the building. Anthony Johnson off in the building. Samuel Washington in the building. Yeah. It's Friday and we gonna cook today. You know, we gonna I'm gonna give it to you raw like I always do. Jay Grant Jr. in the building. What's happening with it? Yeah. Who else we got in the building? Who else? See who else we got in the building. Like I said, y'all hit the like button as you come in. You know, it's free. It don't cost nothing for y'all to hit the like button. The Queen Sheena is in the building. Johnny Q, what's happening with it? Charles Granger, what it do? Yeah. Yeah, we finna cook today. Y'all better believe that for sure. Jazz Mars, what's happening with it? We definitely finna cook today. Oh, yeah, you know what I'm saying? I've been knowing the truth. But we seeing more and more. You know, Knockout Boxing 86 TV, man. Hell of a debate between you and BFTV last night, man. Yeah, hell of a debate. I ain't judging no more debates though. I'm gonna keep it 100. I don't mind moderating, but shit, judging, man, that shit is a lot of work. If you really judging with no bias, that it's a lot of work because you got to take notes. You got to make sure you hear everything that both contestants say. You got to write the shit down because I mean, unless you just got a memory like that where you're gonna remember everything they said, you know, and so that means that you got to tune in and focus. That means you got to tune in and focus. You know, like I said, some people they just get up there, they reading they trying to judge and read what the chat is saying, letting the chat influence them, and not really paying attention. So when it comes down to them telling you why they voted for who they voted for, they really ain't got much to tell you. They just go off of their own bias on whoever's debating or their own bias about whoever they're debating about. But I made sure, you know, I didn't want to do that. So that's just a lot of work if you really, you know, yeah, it's a lot of work. But yeah, man. Johnny Q said that was a tough judge. He said that was tough to judge. I could tell ETB was locked in. Yeah, man. You just gotta. It was tough to judge because you want to make sure, like I said, you get all of the points from each, you know, debater. You want to get everything that you don't really want to miss nothing, you know, because you could miss some shit that could change the whole debate around. But as far as being tough to judge, to me, the first two rounds. Although they both put in work and they did their thing, it wasn't as tough. The first two rounds to me wasn't as tough as the last round. Because honestly, the last round could have been a draw. Real talk. And y'all hit the like button. The last round could have been a draw, you know, because the first part of the last round, I thought BFTV clearly won that shit clearly. But then the rebuttal, Knockout Boxing 86 TV clearly won it. But, you know, I had to give the last round to BF because it was more put into the initial 10 minutes. You know what I'm saying? Because the initial breakdown is 10 minutes. The rebuttal is 5. So, you know, I gave it to BFTV because it was more put into it because it's a whole 10-minute layout. But, yeah, man, congratulations to Knockout, man. Still doing this thing. This man debating every week. He debates somebody different. And you know, BFTV, he do the same shit on his channel. So, you know, I enjoyed it. Carl Sanders says, disparaging another black man for views, loyalty dead. I don't know what you're talking about. I mean, I had no idea what you're talking about. I don't even know if anybody else in here know what you're talking about. But yeah. Let me see. My man, Money Brown TV in the building. What's happening with it, Money? Money, I've been seeing you. Money been cooking. He been over there cooking, you know. You know what I'm saying? Putting it down how it's supposed to be put down. Because a lot of these boys is running around and all they doing is they trying to protect Bud Crawford, right? With every soul they got in their body, they trying to protect Bud Crawford, and they not telling the truth doing it. It's one thing if you out here on a protection campaign and you're running with the truth, right? It's another thing if you just making up shit to try to protect your boy, right? Because in your eyes, he can't do nothing wrong. When the man has shown you time and time again that he's a liar, it is what it is. You know what I'm saying? Y'all can feel about it how you want to feel. He showed you, and I could back it up. See, I got receipts. I got actual receipts and facts to back it up. He showed y'all time and time again that he's a liar. And now he showed y'all that he's dirty and he can't be trusted. He's dirty and can't be trusted. He showed it with what he did with Bob, what he did with Bob Arum, right? He already showed that, because if you want to keep it 100 and y'all hit the like button, let me before I even get into this shit, man, let me check these likes. Because it's free and y'all will sit up in here and don't want to hit the like button. That's what baffles me. You know what I'm saying? Let's check the likes and see where the likes is at. See if we good on these likes. Yeah, y'all got to get the likes up. Like, for real. Y'all got to get the likes up. Real talk. I mean, I know there's some haters off in here in the background, you know what I'm saying? But it ain't that many goddamn haters. Brandon House, what's happening with it? My man James in the building. Blood and Bone. Mike Rhyme in the building. Kirk McCall. Sheena in the building. Mark Nash in the building. Young Billionaire Boxing. What's happening with it, Young Billionaire? So yeah, let's check these likes, because you know. Yeah, that ain't cool. You know what I'm saying? That ain't cool. Like I said, we can get started real soon, and I'm finna cook. But y'all gotta hit the like button. Y'all gotta hit the like button. Yeah, y'all gotta smash the like button. Well, Mark Nash, you know what I'm saying? I appreciate you, Mark Nash, you know what I'm saying? And you got your opinion, but you can't continue running around here, you know what I'm saying, acting like Bud Crawford ain't never did nothing wrong. I know that's your guy. You know what I'm saying? Everybody got their favorite fighters, but when you're wrong, you're wrong. Yeah, like I said, y'all got to hit the like button, you know what I'm saying? Or we could just, you know, I don't have no problem shutting it down, because, you know, let's keep it 100. Motherfuckers be in here, don't want to support the channel, and then don't want to hit the like button. Come on, man. Like, for real. Big Block, what's happening with it? What it do? Let me see where the likes is at. What's happening with it? My cuz, Big Sherrod Dixon in the building. What's happening with it, Sherrod? What did it do? He said Dixon Sign Company team boots. Yeah, and if y'all in the Dallas area and y'all need any work done, y'all got businesses and need any signs, you know, from scratch, Sherrod Dixon, my cousin, he do the best work in Dallas. You know what I'm saying? He doing the best work in Dallas. So y'all might want to look up Dixon Sign Company. Real talk. Look up Dixon Sign Company. If y'all got any businesses, he do raps, everything. Look him up. Dixon Sign Company. But let's get these lights up. Let's get these lights up too. Yeah, Jerron Boussin is a bad dude. That's a bad dude right there. But we're going to see in 2023, we're going to get to see just how bad he is. And y'all hit the like button, man. I'm like, for real. Shit ridiculous. Like, yeah, man, press to admit, it's free to hit the like button. Motherfuckers that come in here sniffing around your nuts and shit all in the background, hating this shit, but want to hear what you got to say, it won't hit the like button. Shit is crazy, man. But let's talk about it, right? Because, like I said, it's a lot of y'all that's running around here on the Protect Terence Crawford campaign. Y'all not telling no type of truth, right? Y'all not holding his feet to the fire, right? For doing dirty business, for just, going about the whole situation wrong. You know what I'm saying? And he has a history of lying, telling a whole lot of lies. He got a history of doing that. And Bob Arum told us a long time ago that he had a history of just doing dirty business. You know what I'm saying? That he was difficult to deal with. But the thing is, right? The thing is that he did Bob Arum dirty before anybody. You know what I'm saying? A lot of us, we was rooting that shit on because Bud is a black man and Bob is a Jew. So, it was like, oh, yeah, you know what I'm saying? Fuck Bob Arum. But when we come full circle, we seen that didn't have nothing to do with color of Bob Arum being a Jew. It had something to do with Terence Crawford's character. His character is flawed. And I'm going to tell y'all how he did Bob Arum dirty in the first place. He did Bob Arum dirty because, look, we all know that Terence Crawford really didn't do interviews like that to sell himself. He didn't really do social media to sell himself. They put him on a big platform, ESPN, where he had everything at the palm of his hands, ESPN. You got all of the sporting platforms, right, around ESPN, right there, right? You can go on this show, go on this show, you can go on this show, that show, this show. You got everything right at the palm of your hands. And Bud Crawford and Bob Arum, Bud Crawford admitted it when Bob Arum came out and said, look, man, it's a lot of things that we put out there for Terence Crawford to do to make himself bigger. We want him to go on certain platforms and he refuses to do it. We want him to do certain interviews. We got everything for him. We set things up and he refused to do it, right? He won't do anything to promote himself, right? He's very stubborn. He's very hard to work with. But I'm going to show y'all how he, right, did dirty business with Bob. But Bob Arum still gave him what y'all like to say is the biggest guaranteed contract out of any of these fighters, right? Bob Arum, in his last fight with Bob Arum still made sure that he got paid $6 million, right? He still got paid $6 million, right? So Bob Arum was making sure that he still gave Terence Crawford big money. Big money. He was still making sure that Terence Crawford got paid big money. Bob Arum came out and told you that, hey, every fight that Terence Crawford puts on, I'm in the red. I'm losing money every fight that he puts on. But yet and still, his last fight, he still made sure that he paid that man $6 million and still came up in the red. Now, you would think, if you listen to it, you would think, damn, you know what I'm saying? He owe Bob Arum. He at least owe that man a thank you because he wasn't producing on his end. He wasn't selling pay-per-views. You know what I'm saying? He wasn't doing the obligations that he was supposed to do to make himself bigger so that ESPN and so that Top Rank, right, could put on bigger fights with Terence Crawford and make more money. But they still looked out to him and made sure what y'all like to say made sure that he got paid more than any other welterweight, or at least made sure that he got the highest guarantee out of any other welterweight. Right? This is what Terence Bud Crawford's fans say out of his own mouth. They run around, brag, and say that he's making more money than any other welterweight. Okay, we're going to stick to that shit, though, right? But he still turned around in the press conference in his last Sean Porter fight, looked at Bob Arum, right, and disrespectfully told that man, basically, man, fuck you, I'm gone. You couldn't make the Errol Spence fight for me, right? You couldn't make the Errol Spence fight for me. I wanted to fight, and it was because of you that the fight didn't happen. I'm gone. He said that. Now I'm going to tell y'all how this man is a liar and how he's wishy-washy and switches back and forth, because he told you that right there and told Bob Arum that in his face in the press conference, right? But before that, he ran with a whole campaign was saying that it was Errol Spence that was stopping the fight from happening, that him and Bob Arum was doing everything they could to try to make the Errol Spence fight, that Errol Spence wasn't cooperating, that Errol Spence and PBC, it was their fault that the fight wasn't happening. And he also tell you that he been chasing Errol Spence for 5 years. 5 years ago, that man was at 140 pounds. He wasn't even in the weight division. Matter of fact, even when he came to 147 pounds, he never mentioned Errol Spence's name in the ring after a fight up until maybe I would say, so he fought Igis, maybe the Igis Kavalauskas fight. It was years until he even mentioned Errol Spence's name in the ring, right? Then a lot of y'all want to run with the narrative that, like I said, go off that narrative that he was chasing Errol Spence for 5 years. Well, the last time I checked, he did an interview at the back end of 2018, right? The back end of 2018, he did an interview on the Breakfast Club, and they asked him about the Errol Spence fight. And he says, yeah, I eventually want that fight. We'll eventually fight, but we got to make sure the money is right before we get in the ring and fight each other. The money got to be right. Didn't sound like somebody that was chasing down Errol Spence for 5 years, because 2018, how long ago was that? That's 4 years ago. And 4 years ago, like I said, when he did that interview on the Breakfast Club, he wasn't chasing shit. He told y'all, we'll eventually fight down the line in the future, but the money got to be right. And then in the audio that I played y'all 2 days ago, in that audio, he backtracked on that. He told y'all that I don't care about the money. If I was Errol Spence, I wouldn't even care about the money. I don't care if it's 50-50. I don't care. I just want to get in the ring and just show I'm better than him. And Errol Spence ain't about that, because I don't think he believes in his talents. But if it was me, I wouldn't care about none of that. And then lied again when it came to negotiation, because he cared about all of that. So that's just a quick rundown, giving y'all an example of how this man lies time and time again. We didn't even talk about how Terence Crawford went on the whole motherfucking I'm not fighting Errol Spence campaign. That fight is behind me. That fight had never happened. It'll never happen. Or how he went on, I'm not even entertaining him unless it's 50-50. We'll never step in the ring unless it's 50-50. We don't want to talk about that, huh? So that's just a small amount of how Terence Crawford is wishy-washy, lies all the time, contradicts himself all the time, right? Tell you one thing one day and then tell you a different thing the next day. But y'all don't want to talk about that, do you? Y'all don't want to talk about that, do you? Real, you know what I'm saying? We don't want to talk about that. Y'all hit the like button. Smash on the like button. Like, I'm just giving examples. Kyle, boxing session. You should have been had a wrench. You been had a wrench on my channel, Kyle. I thought Kyle been had a wrench. Let me make sure this is the real boxing session, because I could have swore you been had a wrench. Yeah, that ain't the boxing session. Hey, get him up out of here. That ain't Kyle. Get him up out of here. Somebody block the fake boxing session TBS. Somebody block him. That's not Kyle. Get him up out of here. Get him up out of here. I'll block him if y'all too slow to do it. All right. Yeah, he gone. He thought he was gonna try to pull a slick one. Talking about, can I please have a wrench? Get your dumb ass up out of here. It's easy for me to check to see if it's the real one, you fucking dummy. But yeah, that's just a little example. You know what I'm talking about? That's a little example. I'm gonna drop a link before I really start cooking his ass, because this is warranted. It's not, you know what I'm saying? I see y'all running around here with a whole lot of lies. And I'm quite frankly, I'm sick of hearing that shit. I'm sick of y'all lying, right? Trying to blame it on Errol Spence and PBC. No. And the fight ain't gonna happen. The only way this fight happens is the only way this fight is gonna happen if Errol Spence just says, you know what? I'm gonna lay my whole career to the side and wait on Terence Crawford. And I'm gonna pray that he does good business. I'm gonna hope and pray that he does good business. Fuck everything else, right? I'm just gonna put all my faith into Terence Crawford doing good business this time. That's the only way this fight happens. And my man Sean T in the building, always coming through and supporting the channel, man. And I appreciate that, man. Much appreciated. He says, I don't understand how anyone can support this dude after this stunt. Years ago, I stopped supporting Ray Leonard when he publicly refused to fight Hagler. Yeah, I remember that, man. I actually, watched The Four Kings. If y'all haven't seen that, y'all go watch that. That shit dope. And he did refuse to fight Hagler publicly. He right. So, Mark Nash, right? Mark Nash and Aisha, salute to you, Queen. And I'm gonna drop this link, right? But what I want to do right now is I want to address something that my brother Mark Nash said, right? He says that Errol Spence and Terence Crawford wasn't fighting this year anyway. And I'm glad he said that, right? I'm glad you said that, right? Because that's one of the main things that everybody has been running around with to protect the move, right? The sucker move that Terence Crawford did. And let me get to this super chat before I get into that. My man John Kramer says, Bud is a whole period, point blank. That's just what it is. When you do shit like he did, that's some whole shit. So check this out, right? The main argument, one of the main argument points that a lot of the Bud Crawford fans have been saying is that, well, it doesn't matter because Bud, they weren't going to fight anyway. Him and Errol Spence wasn't going to fight until 2023, right? Now, let's talk about it, and I'm gonna put a link up. I'm gonna drop the link, and I'm gonna pin the link in the chat. So if you want to grab the link, you can grab the link. Right here, you could grab the link. And that's something I want to address, right? Now, this whole thing about, well, it doesn't affect the fight. Terence Crawford is well in the right with taking the fight, on December the 10th, because they weren't going to fight until 2023 anyway. Well, that would make sense if they were telling Terence Crawford that the fight wasn't going to happen until March or April or June or July. It'd make a whole lot of sense, right? Wouldn't want to sit around and wait, 6 months, 5 months when you already been sitting around and trying to get the negotiations done for this fight. That would make a lot of sense, right? But what don't make sense is you don't take a fight on December the 10th when you're negotiating to get a fight done with Errol Spence, right? And Errol Spence, in that leaked phone call conversation, clearly said that they was looking to have the fight in January. So why the fuck would you take a fight on December the 10th if they are in negotiations with you trying to have a fight in January? In the latest, February at the latest. Make it make sense to me. Also, if you're in negotiations for a fight of this magnitude, why would you go silent after you demanded them, right? After you demanded them to fix the contract, you looked at it and you said, you know what? Now that I looked over everything, I changed my mind. I want y'all to add this, this, and this in the contract, right?
Yes, the Jags.
They send it back to you, and then you go silent for 14 days. We do know when the call was recorded, Mark Nash.
Get him, Key.
Tell him when the call was recorded real quick, Money.
Call was recorded after Errol Spence's first daughter birthday, right? And that call was recorded October the 2nd, or a little bit after October the 2nd, when the third contract was put in play.
Yes. So the call was recorded after October the 2nd. You know how Money Brown know? Because Money Brown knows when Errol Spence's daughter's birthday is. Case closed on that. Now let's go back to what I was saying, right? Why would you, once they gave you what you wanted, you go silent for 14 days? In the middle of negotiations, they don't hear nothing back from you. And then right after that, you pop up and you announce that you fighting somebody else, and you had been in negotiations with BLK Prime. Now, good business, Money Brown. If me and you doing business, right, and we're deep in talks for whatever it is, we could be doing business, right, to set up a restaurant, and we deep in talks, and then I go silent and you hit me up and you don't hear nothing from me. And then I pop up and I say, you know what, Money? I'm doing business with somebody else. Me and him opening the restaurant, and we finna do it next month.
Nah, Keith, you don't tell me. You just pop up.
No. Yeah. I don't even tell you.
Right.
You just hear me do it. You turn on the TV and I got a commercial announcing this shit. I don't say nothing to you. You just turn on your TV and you happen to see me, and I'm on a commercial announcing a whole nother business deal, basically saying, fuck you and your company. Right? You didn't even have the nuts and the courtesy to go to PBC, at least call Errol Spence, to tell nobody, look, you know what? First of all, before even that, right? You're supposed to go to them and say, you know what? I'm in talks with another company. Another fighter's on the table for me. I might be interested in it. So, but if y'all can give me a better deal, or if y'all can change some things up for me, we could talk. You didn't even do that. Right? What you did is just pop up on TV and make a fucking announcement out of nowhere, right? And you didn't even pop up.
Right.
You had the company do it. You ain't said nothing yet. You didn't even go to them people and say, you know what? I'm going to go ahead and pull out. I got something else on the table. I appreciate y'all. You know, I hope to do business with y'all in the past, right? You do dirty business. You pulled out on them. You snuck through the back door, didn't tell them nothing, and then had the nerve enough to make a statement, have somebody write a PR statement for you saying, but I look forward to still whooping Errol Spence's ass. What? Nigga, you don't want to fight. You did everything that you could to make them not want to work with you ever again. We ain't even got to half of what went on. And y'all hit the like button. Let me get through. Hold on, let me get to this.
And Wrench my girl Gayla up too, Key. Wrench Gayla up.
What's up?
I say Wrench Gayla up too.
Oh, okay, yeah. I thought she already had a wrench on here. Hubert Johnson in the super chat says, "What's up, big homie? You know that's crazy. It's a lot of fake Bud fans that actually happy Bud is fighting him, this bum, and not EJ. Crazy, yeah. Bernie, one of them. You know what I'm saying? With his weird ass. But like I said, we finna get into it. I appreciate my man Sean Clark for becoming a member of the channel, man. Much respect and much appreciation, right? Let me see. So my man Randall Bivens says, just logged in. He says the renegade and his unscrupulous business tactics is hurting his brand and making him look like a grifter. Hey man, you got some hell of a words you be using, Randall.
Hey, you missed 2 super chats too, Key.
I missed 2 super chats. Let me roll them up. I appreciate you, Sean Clark. Let me see where I missed. Let me see. I read that one.
Herbert Johnson and Sean Clark.
Let me see. Oh yeah, Sean Clark says they keep saying they wasn't fighting this year, but don't say him taking this fight stalls it further into next year and maybe doesn't happen at all. Exactly. They tell you everything but the bottom line. And I read John Kramer's. Let me see what else. I read that.
Herbert Johnson.
I got everything.
You got Herbert Johnson. What's up, big homie? You know what's crazy is a lot of fake Bud fans. You got that one?
Let me see. Yeah, I read that one.
All right.
Yeah, I read that one. Let me see. Make sure I didn't miss nothing else. And I appreciate y'all in that super chat. Let me see. I missed your super chat, Mark. Did I miss? I ain't even see no super chat from Mark Nash.
He had a $2 super chat. He said 10 people matched my donation.
Let me see. Let me find your super chat, Mark. I didn't. That ain't on purpose. I read everybody's super chat. That was my fault. I don't see this shit.
Well,
here it is. Mark Nash in the super chat. He says 10 people match my donation to support the show, and I appreciate you, big homie. I appreciate you. Yes, sir. Support the grind. These is all facts. I ain't on here just trying to slander Terence Crawford. These is facts, right? You don't do business like that. I would never want nobody to do business like that with me. Now, you don't even have the audacity to go to these people and tell them, look, I appreciate you, but I'm going another route, right? But Money Brown, you know why he didn't have the courtesy to go to PBC and tell them that he's going another route? You know why? Well, I'm going to tell y'all why. Because he's always disrespected Al Heyman and PBC from the get-go.
Yep.
Fuck Al Heyman. Fuck PBC. Had his sister, right? All on Twitter. PBC fucked him. They don't want to see Bud do good. They don't want to do nothing good for Bud. They want to sabotage Bud. You got Bernie. They don't want it. He don't want to fight. Fuck PBC. Fuck Al Heyman. Right? Running with that whole campaign. So you do dirty business because you don't respect them. and you want to do some shit out of spite anyway. You want to shit on them, right? Right in the middle of negotiations, pretend like you trying to get a fight done with them, right? And then throw up the motherfucking middle finger and say, fuck y'all, ha, 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 ha. I got something else. I'm gone, right? All that shit. But then during the negotiation, Money Brown, check this out. And y'all hit the like button. And let me wrench Gayella up. Let me wrench her up. Y'all hit the like button.
Just Gayla. And Mark Nash, check it out. Right. When y'all talking about, they specifically said the champions at PBC, bro. Is that
my bad? My bad, Gayla. I don't know why I said Gayella. My bad, Gayla.
But Keith.
And Mark Nash, let me give him a rinse too. Now, check this out, right? Check this out.
Oh, man, Mark Nash, you finna get roasted, bro. You might want to come up on the panel, homie.
The link is in the bio. Bro. The link is in the bio, Mark. The link is in the bio. But check this out, right?
This info, man, and this little smacking real fast.
But check this out, right? You want to laugh, ha, 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 ha. I left y'all in the goddamn dirt. Fuck y'all, right? Because you ain't never had no respect for them anyway. But the funny thing is, right? The funny thing is during negotiations, Errol Spence exposed your ass. Errol Spence exposed you and said, you know what? This man, Terence Crawford, he keeps calling Al, asking him a million questions, want Al to tell him this, and want Al to tell him that, want Al to tell him this, and want Al to tell him that. And Al is telling me, like, man, Terence Crawford is asking me all this shit, but he never did it to Bob Arum. He wants me to give him this side of the game and this part of the game and this part of the game, and he wants this from me, and he wants this, and he wants me to show him this, and he wants me to show him that, right? Then you tell Errol Spence, you know what, EJ? I just want to be able to sit down with Al Haymon face to face because I don't even trust the people I got around me, and I don't trust my lawyers. I don't trust my own lawyers. So, man, I just need to sit down with Bob. I need to talk with Bob. I need to sit down with Al Haymon. I need to talk with Al face to face. And, I want him to basically give me the game. But if you wanted Al Haymon to give you all the ins and the outs and the outs and the ins and give you the game, that means that you want to hire Al Haymon as an advisor, right? Right? It sounds like to me, right? But you don't want to hire Al Haymon as an advisor. You saying at the same time that you don't want nothing to do with Al Haymon. Fuck Al Haymon. So you want Al Haymon to sit down with you, give you the game, give you all the ins and the outs, but you don't want to hire him as your advisor. So you want him to give you the game for free. Well, money.
Where they do that at, bro?
Hold on. But yeah, exactly. Money.
Uh-huh.
Answer this question for me because, I just might not know. I might be wrong. Does Al Haymon give Errol Spence the game for free?
Nope.
Does Al Haymon give Deontay Wilder the game for free?
Nope. So
one of Al Haymon's main job description, his business is an advisor. And Al Haymon makes money being an advisor by getting an advisor's fee. But you expect Al Haymon to go out of his way and do for you somebody that's said fuck him and you don't want nothing to do with him and slandered his name in every possible way. You expect him to go out of his way and do for you for free that he's not even doing for his own fighters for free? Wait, hold on. He expects Al Haymon to go out of his way and give him the game for free when he's not even doing that for his own fighters for free. Y'all got to make this shit make sense to me, right? So the narrative that they're running around with is that Al Heyman is supposed to do this. Al Heyman is supposed to take Terence Crawford under his wing, give him the game, show him everything, right? But Terence Crawford is not supposed to sign an advisor deal through Al Heyman. See, the problem is, if you want all this information, it's easy. You hire Al Heyman as your advisor, and now Al Heyman works for you. Y'all don't get that, though. Now Al Heyman works for you, right? You can't just demand this man to do this, this, and that for free just because your name is Terence Crawford. Who the fuck are you?
Exactly. Joe Jack, shut your slow ass up, Joe Jack. He ain't never said shit about Al Heyman. This man, you so damn dumb. Y'all make up shit, boy.
And then on top of that, dog, on top of that, right? On top of that, you're telling him that you don't even trust your own lawyers. So whose fucking problem is that? Is that Errol Spence's problem? Is that Al Heyman's problem? That sounds like a Terence Bud Crawford problem to me. That is not for Al Heyman to fix. That's for you. If you don't trust your people around you and your own lawyers, that's for you to go out and, like I said, either hire Al Heyman as an advisor if you want all the information from him, or get you another lawyer that you think you can trust, and they can go get the business right with Al Heyman. All Al Heyman's obligation is to get you a contract, offer you what they're offering you, and it's up to you to either accept it or send it back like you had been doing. The reason that the fight had been stalled out. The reason that the fight didn't happen in September. The reason that the fight didn't happen or wasn't going to happen in November. Because of you stalling, right? Because you didn't trust the people that you had negotiating for you. Now, like I said, you could have hired him as an advisor, or you could win it, or you could have went and got somebody else, right? Only obligation that Al Heyman has and that he was supposed to do for you is to send you a contract. If you like it, you could have signed it and we could have had to fight. If you didn't like it, you could have told him, you know what? Y'all got to get this right. Y'all got to get it right. And you should have had enough courtesy to let them know, you know what? I'm going to go ahead and move on. But see, y'all don't want to admit none of that. Y'all are some fucking weirdos just like he is. A lot of y'all weirdos, not everybody, but a lot of y'all are weirdos just like he is. And it's crazy to me. This shit is crazy to me. You know what I'm saying? And Bob Arum, he got a chance to speak on the money. And Bob Arum, he said, you know what? You don't do business like that. You don't do that to nobody. Now, do y'all think that Al Heyman and Showtime and PBC are going to want to work with him again? Come on now. Let's just keep it 100. If somebody do some shit like that to me, I don't never want to work with them again. And Bob Arum told y'all straight up and down, look, you can't go over to another company that big without a promoter and then demand them to give you an upfront guarantee. That's for you to have a promoter and your promoter to be able to give you a guarantee. That's for your promoter to be able to do, right? You have a promoter, Bob Arum, and you guys are making this fight, and Bob Arum says, look, you're my fighter, bud. Just in case, I'm going to give you a guarantee, and we're going to make the rest of the money on the back end. We all going to get paid. That is not Al Heyman's, right? That is not up to him to do. He was actually doing you a favor, going back and forth negotiating with your ass anyway. And the only reason he was doing it is because that's what Errol Spence wanted. So he was working for his fighter because Errol Spence did something that you didn't do. He hired him as his advisor. This shit crazy. And Bob Arum broke it down to you. He broke it down and told y'all how the business of boxing is ran. Let me get to these super chats and then I'm gonna let my man Money cook. Man, my man Sean Clark in that super chat, man. I appreciate you. Much love. And I'm gonna go down, make sure I didn't miss anything. Let me see. My man Hubert Johnson says, salute everything boxing and Money Brown. Just a little something for the show, man. I appreciate you, man. I highly appreciate y'all coming in here and supporting the show. Joe Jack says, EBT, you making up some shit. You already sound ignorant. I'm not even reading the rest of that shit. You know what I'm saying? Because the link is right there on the top. The link is pinned. Mark Nash just came in here. He grabbed the link. The link is pinned. You don't need to type nothing else. I'm not even reading that shit, but you can come in here and tell me what I'm making up. I bet you can't do that. I bet you can't come in here and tell me what I'm making up. Miss Aisha, the queen, is in the building in the super chat. I appreciate you, queen. Much appreciated. And my man Zenith 360 in the building. He says, Bud and his team are entitled brats. If he was really there to fight Spence, why he so focused on Heyman? Bud a mole and Heyman smart to stay away from him. Yeah, he said Bud a mole and Heyman smart to stay away from him. He says Heyman and PBC don't owe Bud shit. Nothing at all, bro. Don't owe him nothing. My man Free Smoke in the super chat. He said, salute to both my brothers and salute to you, man. I appreciate you. Let me see. Let me get this weird porn shit out of my chat.
I was trying to get that shit.
And I think I seen Kyle in the building too. I think I seen Kyle. And then my man Matai Yoel says, he in the super chat, man, with the $2 super sticker. Man, I appreciate you. Highly appreciate it. And my man let me see. My man Zenith said he didn't even demand this much of Arum, who he was paying 30% of his purse to. You know what I'm saying? But they don't want to talk about that. They don't want to talk about that.
I do.
Yeah. I got you. I'm gonna let you cook. I'm gonna let Money cook, and then I'm gonna let you cook too. Tube, I see you in the background. I never had you up here, so you got to put your face on camera before I let you up here. And Webb White, you got to do the same thing. Okay, I got you. You good? And Webb White, you got to put your face on camera. Okay, you good? Just making sure. So we don't get no weird ass shit going on. And Joe Jack in the building. And like I said, Joe Jack, you hit the link. So much respect for hitting the link. But let me get through these super chats, and now I'm gonna let y'all cook. And then Joe Jack, he can say what he gotta say, and then I'm gonna address that. Swad Jones says, appreciate you, big bro. Support for the channel, man. I appreciate you, Swad Jones. Always showing love and support to the channel. Always. And NGZ03 says, salute to you, Keon. Keep cooking these boys. And I appreciate you, man. Much appreciated. Much love. And my man Odie Obara became a new member of the channel, man. Salute to you. Much love and much appreciation. Yeah. So Money, you can go ahead and cook. And like I said, and then we can, we're gonna go to Mark Nash. We're gonna go around the panel and let everybody get their word in.
Yeah. So let's address the first thing what people are always talking about, because people using that, they was going to fight next year as an excuse for Bud to make the fight happen against a motherfucker named David Albanesian, who we do know, right? But they use that as an excuse, and they happy because they keep trying to bring up the $10 million, and look past the competition when every motherfucker always talking about they want the best versus the best, and they ain't saying shit about it whether you're a Bud fan or not. The competition is fucking terrible, period. But they don't bring up the fact that Terence Crawford is the reason why the fight is going into next year, right? He drugged the negotiations from June all the way to October, where we at now. He the one told everybody that he agreed to everything, right? Oh, I agreed, but we still ain't got no goddamn fight, right? Then his lawyer supposedly told Blue, oh yeah, we going forward with the PBC deal, right? But we still don't got no damn fight. You know what I mean? But people don't check that shit. Then we looking at the situation where, of course, Al Heyman answered Terence Crawford questions. That's what y'all don't get. Y'all make it as if Al Heyman just threw the man to the wayside, like he didn't have no conversation with Terence Crawford. He had conversations with the man, right? He told the man, relax, you want the fight, you're going to get the fight. You want the fight, you're going to get the fight, right? But it's not up to me to do your fucking job for you. It's not up to me to be your lawyer, your motherfucking advisor, nor your promoter. That's your job, right? That's your job. So now I send you the contract. All you got to do is tell me what you like and what you don't like. Tell us what you want, right? It's up to us to say, okay, we oblige, or you know what, we can't do that. We can give you half of this, 1/4 of that, and we can give you all of this. Then it's up to you to negotiate how you want to go about the situation, right? So when people keep talking about, oh man, Bob Arum didn't want to answer his questions. Why didn't he answer his questions? Why didn't he do this? He did exactly what he was supposed to do. We're talking, but I don't have to sit up here and walk you down motherfucking business one-on-one. That ain't my job to do. You understand what I'm saying? And y'all get that shit misconstrued. So when we negotiating, you have your team, and this is our team over here. You understand? I don't have to be friendly to you. And that's what people think, oh, well, Bob Arum just treated the man like he was a nobody. He did this to him. He did that. Negative, man. Terence Crawford just making up shit to get up out of this fight. He just making up shit to get out of the fight. First of all, you didn't even tell these people you was doing business with a whole nother entity, which is bullshit already. That's a red flag in itself. You understand? You talking about you got a $10 million deal on the table, and they saying this shit got done overnight, which is a lie. I mean, everybody that got common sense know you ain't doing that motherfucking 8-figure deal in no 48 hours or no 24 hours. That's just common sense. You want to know where the money coming from. That money ain't guaranteed. People keep talking about up front, that $10 million in his motherfucking bank account. We don't even know if he getting $10 million or not. Let's be real. We don't even know if the man getting $10 million or not. So what it's going to come down to is he's going to get something up front, and then when everything's said and done, they probably tally that shit up and then pay him like that, right? But let's just say if it is, if it's not. But he was going to make way more money fighting Errol Spence than he get fighting this dude, David Amnesia, for the $10 million. And that's a fact. That's a fact. For everybody that want to talk about the 65-35, that was not true, right? Was not true at all. The transparency and all that shit was not true at all. Because everybody want to believe Floyd Mayweather when he said, oh, the fight ain't happening. But they don't want to believe Floyd Mayweather when he told Mike Copper's that what you're saying is not a fact. And if it is a fact, show us a contract. You did? If it's a fact, show us a contract where this man was getting 35%, no upfront, no back end, as people would say, even though we know the 35% is the back end money, right? But show us what this man is getting 35%, and that's just that, right? Terence Crawford ain't came out and said shit about nothing. All he did was give a fucking statement in a ESPN articles talking about, oh, Errol Spence didn't want to fight as bad as he did. Errol Spence was nowhere to be found when we was negotiating. But ain't you the one that told Blue Blood Sports TV that Errol Spence want to fight just as bad as you? Ain't you the one that told Blue Blood Sports TV that it's Errol Spence's team that don't want to fight? Right? That's what Blue put out there. That's what Mike Coption then put out there. So now Errol Spence don't want to fight as bad as you do. Right? So you just catch this dude up in so many lies, bro. And y'all not even questioning him on this shit because it's all about, oh, we got to show that we can't let Errol Spence get one up on Terence Crawford. Or we standing for Terence Crawford no matter what. Because y'all going through this tit for tat ass game. But we still ain't got the fight. And this the realistic that we ever go be. Like, this the realest that we ever go be to get in the fight. Y'all moved some about 4 or 5 years. That shit was never realistic. As realistic as it is, as that contract hit his fucking table, when they changed the last three things that he said he wanted, right, and for the fight to get done in February the 4th, but he took off running and ain't say shit to them people, and he used that shit as leverage for BLK Prime. And it's just bullshit, bro. It's pure bullshit. You know what I mean? Like he said, he didn't even have the decency in him to let them people know that he was doing another deal to probably, light a fire up on them. Say, you know what, fuck it. We wanted to go to February, January, but let's just do the 6-week promotion deal. He said he going to December. He got something over there. Let's do it in December. Or at least let them get an opportunity to say, you know what, let us get someone Earl Spence, and then fuck it. You was man enough. We come back, and Earl Spence agreed that we can do it next year. But instead, you play these people all the way to October, making them believe that you're going to do the deal with them. Even Earl said, I didn't have nowhere else to go. He ain't got nowhere else to go. This, like, I ain't got no B, no C, no D plan, none of that shit. So I'm going to just let the November 19th date ride on past because we still negotiated, and he locked in like I'm locked in. So if we can drag it out a few more months, cool. I'll hold the weight. We get that shit in for the people, and I can wash my hands with this shit. Win, lose, or draw. So I can get the fuck on, get these people off my back, and we can see who the best is. But he wasn't thinking that way. And people letting him ride off of that shit. Oh, well, he needed a fight. He didn't want to sit out the ring. He ain't. Hey, bro, it's another nigga sitting out the ring as well. There's another nigga that's putting his career on hold for his ass as well. Y'all think everything's supposed to go Terence Crawford way. He have to give a little bit too. But the dude is he had trust issues. He's arrogant. And he's selfish, bro. Period. Bob Arum put it out there. Al Hemming just showed that shit with him asking 1,050 questions, right? Why do I gotta answer every fucking question for you, bro? I'm not your advisor. So at the end of the day, man, it just come down to Terence Crawford not wanting to fight. He never wanted to fight, as I see now. And it was just all smoke and mirrors, bro. Because they knew Earl Spence was on this side, it was on that side, and they knew that it wasn't gonna happen in that time period. So they can say all the bullshit they wanted to say. But when shit got real and that contract hit the table, that motherfucker tucked his tail and ran, bro. And there ain't nothing nobody can say, fam. But I'm gonna let y'all talk. I'm gonna hold it up.
I think it was on me next, right?
Mark Nash, yeah, that's you.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to beam back in, man. I'm enjoying the conversation. I appreciate y'all having me on. I know we disagree on some of this stuff, but I got nothing but the respect for both of you guys and what you guys do on your channels. Let me say this. Some of the things you guys are saying, I get where you're coming from, and it makes some sense, and it leaves me asking more questions because you guys are telling me information today that I never heard of it. So I don't know where did you guys get the February 4th date? Also, you guys said Al did sit down with him. Al was sitting down with him, but then you guys also said Al don't have to have no conversation with you. You said he don't trust his lawyer, but that's Errol Spence saying, I guess he don't trust his lawyer. Also, I'm hearing you saying he asking questions of Al that he never asked to Bob. How would you know what he did and didn't ask Bob? Also, when you asking for certain things, if what we're hearing is true about that percentage, you said it wasn't true. If we're believing what that is to be true, where it was 65-35, if you're not getting no upfront money and your money's on the back end, shouldn't you want to ask more questions? Like, I'm just confused with some of the things you guys are saying. So I appreciate you guys having me on, enjoying the information. I'm gonna grab my charger and I'm gonna beam right back in.
Well, Mark Nash, before you go real quick, right?
I'm gonna stay on hold while I grab the charger, but if they hang up, I'll be
now,
right back.
What I said, I didn't say anything about February, right? I told you.
Hold on, let me.
Hold on, money. Hold on.
I mean, I got the recording.
When I cooked, right? Hold on, real quick. And I'm gonna let you go. When I cooked, I told you what Errol Spence said on the phone call. Errol Spence said that we was looking at January to try to make it happen, right? Errol Spence said that Al Heyman told him that this man, he keep asking all these questions. He want to know this, and that. So that's where I'm getting that part of what I said from. I'm getting it from Errol Spence. Now, I believe Errol Spence because you can't give me one time that you caught Errol Spence in a lie. So when a man has never lied to me, unlike Terence Crawford, I got to go with his word because everything that Errol Spence has ever said came out to be true, and he's done everything that he said that he was going to do. So that's where I'm getting it from.
Yeah, and not only that, He said Earl Spence told you himself he talked to Terence Crawford, and Terence Crawford told him that he don't trust his lawyers, right? So this is not just made up
I
shit,
didn't I
bro.
didn't hear him say that. You talking
Yeah,
about the recording call?
yeah, the recording call. He told me
No,
that
no, no. He
he
didn't
don't
say
trust
I
his
talked to
lawyers.
Terrence and Terrence told me. He said I guess he don't trust his lawyers or something.
Listen, he said he don't trust his lawyers. He want to talk to Al, right?
Yeah, but he didn't say Terrence told me that. Like that
No,
recording,
no.
what you're hearing in
What?
that
Listen,
recording, Errol is telling somebody what somebody else told him.
listen. Earl told them
Oh
that
God, he
Terrence,
is that leak
yeah,
recording.
yeah. Terrence said he don't trust his lawyers, right? So
He didn't say that,
now,
bro. Errol
now,
said, I guess he don't trust his
so
lawyer. He want to talk to Al and
here
check
go,
out a couple things. He
here
never
go, here
said,
go, here
I
go the
talked to Terrence
situation
and
right here,
Terrence don't
right?
trust his lawyer, bro.
Here go the situation, right? Now, since everybody believe Mike Carpenter, right?
We think we have an agreement with Crawford. We have sent him paperwork that we think has reflected the changes that were asked to be made, that he should be good to go. And if he signs that contract, we will go on February 4th. Now, it turned out that that was not the case because he didn't make the Avanesian fight with a snap of a finger overnight. From what PBC's side had said to me very clearly, we think we have an agreement with Crawford. We have sent him paperwork we think has reflected the changes that were asked to be made, that he should be good to go. And if he signs that contract, we will go on February 4th. Now, it turned out that that was not the case because he didn't make the Avanesian fight with the snap of a finger overnight. Clearly, he's had, again, my sources tell me that Terence Crawford had that supposed final draft of an agreement sitting with him and his people since about October the 6th. Obviously, if he's announcing the David Avanesian fight when he did, he sat on that contract. They went through the issues and all the laundry list of things to do to make the Avanesian fight. They made their deal with this streaming service to do the event. And I found it highly unusual that in the press release that I read, they never named the promoter of the card. It was just it was the quote was a spokesman from the streaming service, which they didn't even name the person or put a contact name for the streaming service. It was just a really very strange. I mean, I'm sorry, I've been doing this for a long time, and maybe it's all on the up and up, but my bullshit antenna radar was going off like.
Yeah, so that tell you right there that they was ready to go. Of course, Earl said January, like he said, but then they was looking at, okay, they had to push it to February, bro. But that was the last drafted contract that they sent him that he had since October the 6th, bro. Big Dog Willie, why the fight had to get pushed back to next year, bro?
So Mark,
I think
why would you take a fight on December the 10th if they're trying to have a fight for you in February, in the beginning of February? So why would you take a fight less than 2 months out?
Mark, step away.
I feel like, are you asking, bro? Or you just you
Mark,
chiming in?
I'm just asking you, like make that make sense to me, especially right. We're not talking about him fighting David Avanesian and then him turning around and fighting goddamn Ivan Redcatch. You know what I'm saying? We're talking about him fighting David Avanesian, right? Going through a full training camp and then having to turn right back around and go through another full training camp for the biggest fight of your career. You've never fought nobody close to Errol Spence. We wasn't gonna do that. We couldn't even expect him to do that because he never done it before. So why would you do that? It doesn't make no sense. Let me get to this super chat real quick, because I know a lot of y'all, I know there's other people that want to cook. My man Crump Juice in that super chat. Salute to you, man. Much appreciated for coming through, supporting the channel, man. He says, why is anybody protecting Bud? We finally going to put this debate to rest once and for all. This bum move by Bud costs other boxers money, network money, boxing teams money, everybody money. Bud the Bomb Slayer. It's just crazy, man. You cannot justify this. It's dirty business. It's wrong all around the board. And the thing is, if it was Errol Spence that did this shit, I guarantee, like, everybody that's defended Bud Crawford would have a whole different energy. If Errol Spence did this shit, right? If same thing going on, right? And it pops up, Errol Spence, you know what I'm saying, is fighting goddamn Keith Thurman out of nowhere. And then Terence Crawford is like, I was blindsided. We was in the middle of negotiations. We trying to come up with a fight date. I thought the shit was gonna happen. He ain't tell me nothing. Then I turn on my TV and I see Errol Spence is fighting Keith Thurman. I'm getting on this motherfucking helmet. I'm getting on his head. I don't give a fuck if I'm a fan of you or not. Mm-hmm. It is what it is. You don't
and
do
Keith,
shit like that.
Like I said, he said he don't trust his attorney. Terence Crawford said he don't trust his attorney. Ain't no Errol Spence saying, I guess nothing. So, Mark, beam back in.
For real, that's like a personal problem. Like, you know, well, how I look at it, man. I mean, for me, he ran off on the plug, period. You know, the way he did it, that's a duck.
Swat John, we're gonna get to you. Let me let.
Oh, my fault, bro. My fault. I just came in.
But let me let
let him
go.
Let it go ahead. Let him go ahead and cook for a sec. Go let
okay, well, let me let Where White.
Yeah, I'm here. Y'all can hear me?
Yeah, go ahead.
I want to thank ETB and Money Brown for letting me come on. Appreciate it. So yeah, man, these Terrence Bud Crawford fans, man, these people are delusional, straight delusional. They just as delusional as he is. Terence Crawford is a clown. He been ducking Errol Spence I don't know how many years. If Terence Crawford really wanted this fight, at one point in the negotiations, I'm not talking about recently, but I know at one point the negotiations were 50-50. If Terence Crawford really wanted this fight and was chasing legacy, he would have took the fight. Even now, if they say, okay, it was 65-35, to me, I don't see no problem with that because Errol Spence sold more pay-per-views than he's the A side. So when they talking about, 60, if it was, I'm just saying if it was 65-35, if that was the case, I don't see a problem with that because Terence Crawford don't even sell himself. He don't even put himself out there so how they know they're gonna be able to make that money back? And you're not the A side. Point blank simple. If that was the case. So that's one narrative that's knocked down. Then, like I said, to me personally, I think Terence Crawford is trying to hold that belt hostage because he don't want Errol Spence to become undisputed. He don't like Errol Spence. He know Errol Spence is the only person that could beat him. So instead of just making the fight and letting it happen, he don't want to do that because he don't want Errol Spence to beat him. That's just my opinion personally. Me personally, I think Terence Crawford is more concerned about chasing money than proving that he's the best. He don't even have the fighters that he fought. They're not even good competition. And in the resume of fighters that he fought is Errol Spence leftovers. So I'm not understanding. Then I could see, okay, even though I don't agree with the fact that he was in negotiations with Al Heyman and PBC, and then he turned around and just blindsided them and took this David Eisen, whatever this dude. I don't even know who this dude is, but he took that fight. Okay, I could see if he fought like a Jaron Ennis or Virgil Ortiz or Keith Thurman. Okay, then I could be like, okay, well, yeah, it was wrong, but at least he's trying to prove that he's the best. He didn't even do that. He fights some dude that's not even top 5. And they still making excuses for him. This shit is crazy. It don't make no sense to me. And just like Money was saying, and when y'all was saying earlier, Al Heyman is not Terence Crawford advisor or a lawyer. Al Heyman don't gotta speak to Terence Crawford. It's not his job. Nigga, you hired the lawyers to represent you. If you don't trust them, that's your problem. That's not PBC and Al Heyman problem. Oh, he's supposed to know. He should know what's on the books. Did you ask your boss, the white man, Bob Arum, that? As a matter of fact, you knew he wasn't gonna make the fight for you, and you turn around and sign with him again. These people are crazy, man. They sit here and they keep making excuses for this guy, and this guy is not trying to fight Errol Spence. If you was trying to fight him, you would have been made the fight happen. Regardless of what, you would have been fighting because that's really what people want to see. They want to see the two of the best go at it, and whoever wins, wins. The money's gonna come. But that's all I got to say about it.
Yeah, salute to you, salute. And let me let Joe Jack, because he had went out and came back in. Let me hear what he got to say.
Hey, peace to the panel. Peace to the panel. Can y'all hear me all right?
Turn off your YouTube, bro.
You gotta put your mic on mute so he can cook.
Oh shit. Y'all can hear me?
Yeah.
Already, I sound better. That's cool.
Yeah, you good.
All right, peace to the panel. Salute to everybody. Monty, Key, everybody else up here. Yeah, man. You was talking about the Crawford situation with Al. I understand your perspective on it, that he want Al to give him game for free, but I think that's just what it is. It's a perspective on it. I don't think we can say that's facts unless Al or Terence Crawford say that's exactly why he tried to talk to him. I feel like he don't trust the lawyers he's talking to that's working through PBC, and he want to talk to Al directly. But most people know that ain't how Al do, unless it's some huge shit or he fuck with you. And like you say, he don't fuck with Terrence. So I just think that until Earl and Bud get in the room, have a conversation about this fight, it ain't gonna get made, because all of a sudden, Keith Thurman is Spence's mandatory over all his other sanctioning bodies mandatories right after the Bud and Spence fight fall through. Now, I respect Al's hustle, but I know when it's a hustle. He wasn't trying to make this fight before the Keith fight. He wanted to get the money he could get before he bullshit. And he feel like Bud is bullshit, so he want that Keith fight before this motherfucking Earl fight. So that's how I feel about it. I feel like this nigga EJ should have been able to fight Bud without even getting all these belts. But that's a whole nother story. Al Heyman doing business for Al Heyman, and ain't nothing wrong with that. But shit, I don't want to see this nigga fight Keith. He should give Keith the boot. But if he fight Keith, that's gonna tell me a lot about what's going on. If he don't, I'll give you more validity to your story. But if he fight Keith, that's gonna say what's really going on Al Heyman's side of the game. I ain't gonna say EJ, but definitely Al Heyman's side of the game.
Now, Joe Jack, can I ask you a question?
It's crazy.
Already.
Oh, okay. When name me one time you caught Errol Spence in a lie.
I don't think Earl gonna lie about not wanting to fight Keith.
No.
But I think
no. It has nothing to this question I'm asking you has nothing to do with Keith Thurman. I'm just asking you, name me one time that you can think of off the top of your head that you call Errol Spence in a lie.
Well, he human, so this is gonna be easy. But when he said he wasn't drinking, that motherfucker was drinking. So that's a lie. Goddamn it, he lied. Everybody lies. It ain't nothing wrong with a motherfucker.
I'm talking about in boxing terms, bro. I'm talking about something that he said he was gonna do in boxing. When was one time that you caught him in a lie?
Square B.
He said he was gonna beat Keith Thurman ass, and he didn't get the fight.
He didn't say he was gonna beat Thurman.
So he lied, even though he could. Even he said he was gonna keep beat ass. What happened? Keith didn't want to fight him.
But you reach it.
It was his control. They never.
You reaching. My point is right. Is Errol Spence haven't lied about nothing leading up to this point when it comes to boxing. I don't know about that shit that you talking about him drinking and saying I don't know nothing about that shit. You know what I'm saying? That I could care less about that shit.
Why do the man like that?
But check this out, right? My whole point is that he haven't lied about. He's told you exactly what he's gonna do, and that's how he been moving from day one. Now, the reason, right? The reason I said what I said is because he said that Terence Crawford, wants to talk to Al Heyman. He said that shit. So I don't have no reason not to believe what Errol Spence is saying on that phone call.
I think, man, on that phone call, he said Al said that. He didn't say that he said Al said that, but that Terence wanted, Terence want to talk to him, want to ask him a bunch of questions.
And Terence want to know everything.
What it sounded like on that phone call, bro, is that both of them niggas is slick clueless, bro. And I ain't gonna lie to you, bro. It sounded to me like, man, some shady business going on Al Heyman's side, because I feel like he was keeping both of them niggas in the blue. Because and the phone call, I don't know if we get in trouble playing. I got the phone call right here. It's clearly.
We already heard the phone call.
We already heard it.
Well, I'm saying y'all keep saying that what he said that he said that Crawford said this and that. He ain't saying Crawford said that. He's saying what Al told him It's in
Yes, we
Crawford's
said
list.
what
So
Al
you can
told
only
him
go
what
off. You
Crawford
can only
said.
go off. Who knows? Who's to say that Al wasn't lying to him at the time
What
and
the
telling
fuck
him?
Al is gonna lie? Janelle, what the fuck is Al gonna
Because
lie
bro,
to Al
Al
Spence
ass
for,
is
bro?
money hungry, man. We all know Al ass is
Man,
reaching for
dude,
some.
Yeah, yeah.
hold on,
Al about his
hold on,
money.
We all
Shit.
know, because look though, because everybody know Al last line of defense is holding on to all them titles on his side.
hold on,
He know
Janelle,
once he them titles go, he
wait a
already
minute,
got to give
Janelle,
up.
wait a minute,
He already
Janelle.
got to give up his
Why would
station.
Al Hammond be money hungry and this whole
He already got to
fucking
give up his
wait a
station.
minute, bro? His whole fucking PBC, the
Look,
whole
no, I'm
mantra
saying,
of
let
it
me
is.
cook. Let me cook.
Hold
Chris.
on, bro. Let me tell you this, bro. Hold on, bro. How would you call him money hungry when this whole thing is for the fighters to fucking win? That's his whole
That
thing,
don't
bro.
mean he ain't money hungry.
You
That
crazy,
don't
bro.
mean he ain't going out of
Hold on,
business.
bro. His thing is built on the
Hey,
fighters.
not fighting once a year. Fighting once a year ain't for the
Yeah,
fighters to
one nigga,
win. So that's
it's
cap.
times when we fight
Hold
him like
on,
that.
let me do
Too
this
much
right.
conversation.
Hey,
Hold on, y'all. Let's get this back in order. Let's get this back in order. First of all, but I'm gonna go to Tub next. But before we move on, Joe Jack, did you have anything else that you want to add before we move to the next?
Oh no, man, I'm actually at work, so I can't even get down like I want to. I'm gonna keep listening. Y'all keep going in on the topic. I'm gonna drop down. Peace.
Okay, now we gonna go to YouTube and you could cook on the situation. We gonna let you cook.
But I ain't got too long. I'm on the clock too myself. But shit, now I just want to get this out because I've been having so much concerns about this, and it just don't sound right to me. I understand everything y'all saying. The shit don't look right on Bud half with the business. It look like bad business. But for me, man, is listening to the phone call and the way Earl talking to who he talking to, it don't seem like like how y'all making it seem like Earl seemed just as far away from the business as Terence sound like he is. It seemed like Al keeping the business tucked in tight from both of these niggas and calling shots, making and it seemed like EJ ain't gonna. Of course, EJ ain't gonna have no pushback because he already know he the A side. It's the only fight he got left on his contract on this. If you know what I'm saying, at this weight, why would he do any pushback? I don't feel like either one of them niggas are ducking either one of them niggas. I feel like Al running bad business. I feel like it's really Al running bad business, bro. Because on the phone call, he was really saying, bro, that Al's telling him this shit. He telling somebody else what Al telling him. Al saying that he don't really trust his lawyers, and he asked him a bunch of questions. He's saying he asked Terrence that he asked the same questions to you know what I'm saying, to dude. And it's like, bro, like who to say Al ain't lying, bro, just to keep this shit on the wrap? Because at the end of the day, Al and them last line, they already going out of business. Everybody know they losing the station. Al and them finna have to try to go figure out something, trying to get another string, another site, another station,
You need to
and
stop
everything.
listening to Fred.
So nigga, at the end of the day, hold on. At the end
Business.
of the day, though, the nigga only thing he holding on to is the titles he got on that side. We all know that. That's the reason why we don't get to see the fights that we want to see. Because if the nigga lose them titles over there, he ain't got nothing else. Because he already them niggas don't. He about to lose the business. So it's easy to see how a nigga like Bud could go easy to go grab some bread like this, because of course them niggas ain't finna pay Avenesian, whatever his name is, no little bread. Bud gonna take boatload of that bread, I'm sure. And they got they own shit, so they getting all the proceeds. Plus them niggas is they worldwide. They not just based in the U.S. So they gon' get other motherfuckers more
worldwide.
That black BLK Prime shit is
Man,
worldwide.
that shit ain't no worldwide. You just heard about that shit.
Man, that shit worldwide.
BLK
Anybody can subscribe to that shit, man.
5,000 followers. How the fuck is that? I got more fucking followers than them on fucking.
Anybody can subscribe
worldwide. Niggas got 5,000 followers and they worldwide.
Look, anybody can subscribe to
worldwide.
Anybody I can bring up a bunch of shit. I don't know y'all. I don't know if y'all fuck with a lot of niggas. Y'all fuck with y'all fuck with what they call Coach Malachi. Y'all fuck with the coach nigga.
You need to quit listening to certain niggas, man. That's what you need to do.
Man, it don't matter. It's just that everybody listen to somebody.
Absolutely, I don't fuck with him.
And don't bring up that's not.
I was listening to some shit.
Listen, I'm cool with Coach Malachi. Hold on.
The white man name?
I'm cool with Coach Malachi.
Malachi cool, bro. And I'm just saying, I was listening to some shit. He had a little interview with the white dude. I forget his name.
You talking about damn, what's his fucking name, man?
I forget the white dude name, but he been matchmaking for a long time.
They're trying to fuck Terence Crawford over. That dude, man, come on, man.
But now I'm saying dude ain't dude. I feel like Coach, he don't be by. He look at it like straight down the middle,
I'm not talking about Coach. I'm talking about even if he brings on the draft for Terence Crawford, bro.
Coach be putting this shit, nigga, and Coach niggas.
Let's get off of him. I don't want you talking about him. I don't want you talking about him on this channel. Let's get off.
Now Rick referencing the interview, but man, it seemed like it seemed like obvious business, man. Like Al doing some back end type shit, man. If at the end of the day, I look at it like if you getting
I think for yourself though, bro.
35% of the overall revenue of the whole entire thing, and you
You gotta
can't see,
see
and because at the end of the day, I'm sure Al and them nigga when they doing business with any other promoter, they gonna let these niggas see the books. At the end of the day, this nigga his own promoter. He can't see the books, and like they were saying, nigga, you can't. I don't know. Y'all niggas can tell me. But if you is there not something when it comes to them contracts where you can't you can't veto none of that shit out, like the expenses and shit like that. You can't try to veto some of that shit out. Like if you feel like that shit ain't finna, you don't need to. That shit don't need to be paid for. It don't need to be expensive. That's taking away from your bread. You can't exit out that shit. You know what I'm saying? Put some of that stuff over there.
But you gotta slow down, bro. You gotta slow down. You like overthinking it. You overthinking it, bro.
One other thing I do want to ask y'all, I'm gonna let y'all have it. One other thing I do want to ask y'all about the like y'all was saying, you know what I'm saying, nigga, you know what I'm saying, because it seemed like Shady Business nigga was doing some backdoor little shit with the BLK Prime people at the same time, because I feel like it was fishy business and he knew it. Something didn't smell right. And but at the same time, even whether he put it on the table out loud for all of us to know it or not, ain't that similar? I ain't say the same. Ain't that similar? Even though your boy Devin Haney was locked into his shit with Cambosis, but them niggas was running around YouTube parading trying to get some different business going on, nigga, and hoping and praying that Tank ass was gonna pull some magic tricks to get them up out they fight and do some shit. So they was technically had business going on at the same time. They, you know what I'm saying, they just were broadcasting.
People knew what they was doing, Janelle.
To be the mandatory,
people
and they
knew what they was doing.
Crazy ass move to make nigga fuck.
Can I say something real quick? Can I say something real quick? Just real quick, man, because I mean, I get it. I mean, I've been boiling to say this, man, because yo, Key, salute, man, Money, salute, everybody, man. Y'all didn't put my attention on a lot of stuff, man. You know I'm appreciative. Shit. You see me there moderating, bigging up my brother all day. Like I be working and being in that shit, timing out people, listening to crazy shit. I mean, it's crazy, man. And the thing is, I've been putting in work, man. And I'm just bigging up my brother with this whole thing. What I'm gonna say, a lot of people gotta. What I've noticed, a lot of people gotta think for themselves because it's right there in front of you. Because okay, put it at like this: you could blame Al, but man, come on, man, Al a businessman. What he got way more time built. I'm just saying, that's just bruh shit. If you want to just come on it from bruh, because just look at it for yourself, just from a personal point. That old man ain't got nothing to do with this shit. Yo, check it out. If Bud didn't trust his lawyers, why would you undercut a deal? That's what I mean by running off on the plug. The plug is what your initial goal was. He had a first goal to fight, he said, with Spence. And I don't care about all the other shit. That's what he said. Because all the fans believed it. We was on board. We was ready. People was getting hotels. I mean, the conversation lasted so long, people was just getting it because they hoped for it to happen, right? Okay, cool. Bud know that. Spence know that. Okay, cool. So for it to come down to this, as a fan, me personally, I'm not an aficionado. These my brother. They taught me a lot, and I'm learning for myself. I'm seeing this shit, right? Bud made another deal under the fucking initial deal. You cannot do that. Like that is the ultimate betrayal for any man that's putting his time on the line. So no, regardless of the extra, bro, you can't do that shit. You did, because you taking food out of people's mouth. You did. I mean, I'm just saying. So if you can understand that, my brother.
No, I see what you're saying.
Let me read this super chat. Hold on. Let me read this super chat real quick. Let me get to this super chat.
I had one question
My man, Big Dog Willie, Con the GOAT, hashtag TWT, the winning team. He says, have you heard the term TIA? This is Africa. It's like saying, he said, it's like saying thing are what they are. It's like saying thing what they are. TIB, this is boxing. We've been crying over this fight for too long. And salute to my man, Big Dog Willie. Hashtag Con is the GOAT. Salute to you.
I had one question for you though. On that phone call, it's kind of funny how so if Bud was the only fight that EJ had in mind, and that's the only thing they was working on, why in that phone call he told the dude, whoever he was talking to, he was like, you know what I'm saying, he brought up Keith Thurman's name, like it said, like it seemed to me like Al and them have been trying to throw some Keith Thurman up in the background
Right.
the whole
That's
time.
like your
So
that's
that's
like your mama. That's like your
I feel
mama
like
trying to get you
how do
some
we not
Reeboks, bro, and you want Jordans, bro.
Hold on,
It
let's
how do we
seemed
not know
like
that
to
this
me.
nigga was trying to get some back end shit going on the whole time? Them niggas could have been trying to get some shit lined up, Keith Thurman or anything through the whole time because he would have
Y'all
never
speculating now, bro. Y'all.
Let me ask you a question though. Let me
hold on, y'all, because there's too many questions. You gotta get to everybody else, bro. Because y'all like this show ain't gonna last.
We gotta go around the panel.
All right.
Hey, I just want to say something. Can I say something? I'm gonna get off. You know, respect, salute chat, man. Y'all go ahead and show love to the channel. Money, man. I've been following you, man. You do great work over there. Salute to everybody. But I want to say something. Like, first of all, man, y'all was coming at mine. Like, he was speculating, but now y'all doing some speculation now towards Earth Men, right? Now he stated number of facts of what came out of Earl mouth or came out of Bud mouth. So I don't know what's the problem. Now y'all put speculation out there or keep throwing this and that on. You know what I'm saying? Stick to what y'all believe in. Y'all came at Monty about that, so you know what I mean. Hey, come with the facts. Monty going on what other people said. He came out with Bud said or what I said or whatnot. So I'm gonna say this, and I'm gonna get up out the way. Now, when the Bud and the EJ first came into this, when we want to see that fight, man, and all of us was down there. We were boxing fans. We still boxing fans. We want to see the fight, bro. You have seen so many people that was on Bud's side, bro. Wake up and see his behavior is strange, bro. It's strange. The way he moved, the way he do business. He lost a lot of fame over the years, and we to this day, as boxing fans, we not really trying to take no side. We just want to see the fight, right? And to the brother point, bro, some on the table stuff. You don't do no business like that, dog. You don't. Come on now, bro. This is the fight that all the fans want to see. Boxing fans, we help pay the bills. We help pay their bills. We pay their bills, bro, by spending time. And for Bud to do what he did, man, that was right, bro. It wasn't. He could have picked anybody besides a guy that beat the guy he beat before. He skipped over Boots. He could have probably fought Boots. He could have fought, what about the Thurman deal that he put out? That he sent him and ducked him for $10 million. He doing the same thing that they criticized Thurman for doing. But we all gonna let that ride though. We gotta be fair, bro. If you gonna hold that same criticism against Earl, you gotta hold that same criticism against Bud because it's wrong, man. It's wrong, and they gotta be fair. EJ don't deserve all this hate that he's getting, bro. They giving Bud a pass, and it's not right. And I'm gonna go ahead and let everybody else talk.
Salute, bro, for real.
So salute to you. Swat Jones, before I pass it to my man Mac World Media, you got anything else you want to add in there? Let me read the super chat first. My man Randall Bivens in that super chat, he says, everybody is about their money. Bud just don't respect decorum. He said, Bud just don't respect decorum, rank, and procedures. He should just stop the Rodney Dangerfield antics. Man, I ain't heard Rodney Dangerfield name in a long time.
No respect, I tell you. They give me no respect. That's Rodney Dangerfield.
Man. But and salute to my man Randall Bivens once again in that super chat. Swat Jones, did you have anything else that you want to add real quick before I pass it to Mac World Media?
Man, for sure. I mean, because I'm gonna jump back in the chat, man. I'm a single daddy, man, so I gotta, move. Y'all got me in the whole community and shit, man. Like, yo, I appreciate it. Cause this situation really got me like pumping, bro. Like, it's like running off on the plug, man. Like, it's like watching it in motion, and we put it in a metaphor with boxing, right? We all love boxing. And I never seen so many like beautiful people in one area talking about boxing. And the thing is, boxing is beautiful when you're not delusional about this shit, and this business thing. Okay, we get Bud. Okay, get the money, baby. Ain't nobody tripping on that, bro. Get your bread, man. Take care of your kids, man. Take care of your family. Like, if you want to run off in the sunset, do it. But see, that bag gonna cost you this name of being a duck. And if a man willing to pass that line to be called that in his life, hey, I'm still gonna call him a duck, but I'm still gonna hug that man if I see him. Because I get it. But put a duck on this one, man. And no, I wouldn't do business with Bud over some size. because the way you did it, bro. So I'm gonna get back to my shit. Peace and love, yo, Key, Monty. I'll check y'all. Y'all see me in the chat, man. Everybody to the chat, much love, man. Thank you up here. Hey, I gotta go,
man.
Love,
Appreciate you, Swat John. Always love. Mac World Media, man. Mac World Media.
What's going on with y'all players, man? Appreciate y'all having me on the panel, man. Money Brown, what's up, man?
What's going on? What's going on?
It's funny because the whole situation. As far as it go with Bud Crawford and people saying, you know, he trying to get his money. Keon made a good point. He said, "Have you ever heard Errol Spence lie?" So I think it was going over old boy head that even though Errol Spence was saying, he was talking about the conversation that he had with Al, and he was saying the things that Crawford was saying or whatever, he still never lied. That was the point that Keon was making. Like, even if he was speaking as a outside party, when have you known him to lie? You know what I mean? And people like to take this thing out of context where he said he was taking the easy route, but he meant getting all the belts on this side so they could end all that talk about the split. And then he also said, with that, I'm going to get these belts. Like you said, he ain't lie. And he also said, when I get these belts, we gonna see who ducking. And he ain't lie about that either. He got all three of the belts. He did what he was supposed to do on this side of the street. And as far as the whole deal go with Bud and the back end and everything like that, yeah, man, ain't no deal getting made like that in 24 hours. At least I don't think. Now, I'm not going to say it's impossible, but the thing is this, you know, it's certain things that got to facilitate the fight, no matter what fight you have. So if you negotiating another fight, you negotiating in bad faith. As far as Keith Thurman now, Al Heyman is a promoter. He might have had a backup plan for Errol Spence, but I don't think Errol Spence had a backup plan for himself. And I think that's where the confusion come in at when people say, "Oh, is he?" Because I think he said something about him bringing up Keith Thurman, and it made it seem like maybe they wasn't trying to fight him off top, like they was trying to already plan it to Keith Thurman. But I don't think Errol had Keith Thurman as no backup plan. I think he was really trying to make the Bud fight, and his promoters, as they should, because they in the business of making money, Al Heyman, you know, Steven Espinoza maybe, they had a backup plan because they've been talking about Keith Thurman for a while. And I done heard Stanley on this for a while. But, you know, Errol, he a shark. He got his mind set on something. He going for it. And he was like, "Man, I don't want nothing but Bud, man. That's the only fight I want, man." You know what I'm saying? So he had his heart set on it. And, yeah, Bud, he fucked it up. He just don't. To me, it seemed like he got a little disdain towards Errol. I think he a little bit, it come off like he a little bit jealous towards Errol because I peep how during this whole time, Errol been either keeping it silent or keeping it professional. Whenever they do have some type of interaction, I feel like it be Bud team that always want to get disrespectful, cross the line, bring up the accident, bring up alcohol, I mean, come on, man. Y'all gonna do all that, but y'all ain't gonna sign that contract though. You know, so
Facts.
I don't know. That's my interpretation of the situation, man.
Yeah, man.
Bad faith Bud, bad business Bud, man.
My man Joe Jack in the super chat, he says, "Al pushing EJ to fight Thurman. That's a fact." But see, the thing is, right, is we just heard from Steven Espinoza, and Steven Espinoza said we were blindsided. We didn't have a backup. It wasn't no backup plan at all. Like, you know what I'm saying? We didn't have a backup. Now, right? Now that they know that Terence Crawford is fighting somebody else, well, they got to get on it. They got to get on it. We in October, right? You only got 2 more months or less than 2 months before the year is over. So now it's not like that they had a backup plan. They didn't have no backup plan. I just got to go off of what they said. They said they didn't have no backup plan. It wasn't no plan B at all. It wasn't no backup. It was all in on Terence Crawford. Well, now you have to come with a backup because he left y'all out in the dust. You can't just sit around and say, well, man, fuck, what we gonna do now? Ain't nothing.
They gotta recoup that loss.
In the biggest fight, right? Now, when you look at it, the next biggest fight on the table, right, is Keith Thurman. Keith Thurman, we like Jerome Boots Ennis. We know that is the most that is the fight that is most competitive at 147. But if you look at the biggest fight at 147, right, Because let's just keep it real. This is what the suits want. This is what the higher up wants. They want somebody that can sell, that can put asses in the seats, make a big event, right? So that name is Keith Thurman. Keith Thurman is already proven. He's already been on pay-per-view. He's already done huge numbers with Danny Garcia and with Sean Porter and so on, right? And they feel that him and Errol Spence was Terence Crawford and Errol Spence at one time. You know what I'm saying? That was the fight that everybody wanted to see in the welterweight division at one time. So they feel like, okay, well, who better else than to try to make Errol Spence or try to get Errol Spence to fight than Keith Thurman. Now, Errol Spence has said multiple times, I already told them if Terence Crawford fall through, it ain't no Keith Thurman. I'm not fighting Keith Thurman. So if you see Errol Spence agree to fight Keith Thurman, they either mandate see it, but it's a tricky situation, right? Because I'm seeing all. I haven't watched the videos, but I've seen a lot of video titles of Errol Spence is going to be mandated in the WBC to fight Keith Thurman, right? Well, you got Stanionis is his mandatory. Mm-hmm. You got Jerron Boots Ennis is his mandatory also. Mm-hmm. Now, Jerron Boots Ennis, he ain't on some shit like, they talking about they put in their papers to petition to fight Errol Spence too. So you got now, if this is true with the WBC and Keith Thurman, you got Keith Thurman, you got Stanionis, you got Jerron Boots Ennis. Now, Stanionis has seniority over all of them because he been the mandatory longer. Keith Thurman, if he don't fight Keith Thurman, they can't strip him. The WBC ain't gonna strip him because that's Al Heyman business. Keith Thurman is under Al Heyman. So I'm pretty sure he ain't really got to worry too much about Keith Thurman, but he do got to worry about Stanionis. That's a fight that he's going to have to take if Richard Schaefer is pressing that issue. But Keith Thurman, he's going to have to fight Stanionis or he's going to have to vacate and move up. You know what I'm saying? So, but he's told us he's not fighting Keith Thurman. The only way we see him fight Keith Thurman is they pay him a bag that he can't refuse. Right. You know what I'm saying? But let me let RP 1126. Let me let him cook because he been in here. He the only one that ain't got to say nothing. Then I give it to Money.
What's up, y'all? You can hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you.
What's up, everybody? Well, yeah, man, it's just plain and simple. And like Earl said a long time ago in that interview, he said, if it don't happen, it ain't on my end. And that just the real. Man, I mean, it's crazy that he ducked like that, but like people say too, like on that when Errol Spence's last performance, against Ugas, he don't want none. I don't think he want none of that pressure, bro. You know what I'm saying? He ain't think Errol's gonna be as good as he was. You know what I mean? So I think that kind of shook him up, and he already know what it is. So yeah, he ducked, and it's crazy, but it's real. The facts is the facts.
And I agree with you, a point that you made when he saw Errol Spence in his last fight. Because if you go back to Errol Spence against Danny Garcia, right? I think that was his last fight that he had fought. He didn't look that, to me, this is my opinion. He didn't look good against Danny Garcia to me. You know what I'm saying?
No, he wasn't that sharp. He wasn't that sharp.
Good. Now let me correct that. He looked good for somebody coming
up. Right. Exactly.
But he didn't look good in the sense of what we was used to seeing Errol Spence.
He didn't look great. He didn't look his normal self.
Right.
That's what
exactly. Of
he
course.
Didn't look his normal self. So so I feel you because Terence Crawford is looking at that, and that's all you have to go off of at that point in time.
Exactly.
Yeah. Where you at, Errol Spence? We in this fucking ocean. we want that. What's up? What's up? He antsy for the fight. Then you see him in the fight with Ugas, and you see that he back to being that nigga with the jab. But now you also know that he fought Ugas, right? Coming off a 19-month layoff or whatever, right?
Right.
And he looked that good. Damn, how good he gonna look when he fight me? Because now he's still keeping his weight down. Now he's had even longer to get back to that nigga with the shag, and even better. I already seen what he did to Ugas. Wait, hold on. Let me rethink this. And
Right.
that's how he's moving. That's how he's moving.
Yeah, and then Errol Spence, he was in monster shape, like you say, getting back to that nigga with the shag. They can't fuck with him when he like that. You know what I'm saying? And like you say, man, Errol been fighting the best competition off of layoffs. You know what I mean?
Right.
Crawford could have got this some of the same fights. You know what I mean? That Errol did, because he been pushed back all that time. Errol been back. He could have been fighting some of these top guys, but he hasn't.
Especially
so that just shows you, man. Like, the facts is the facts, man. Like, people are so silly out here in this world, yo. They just don't want to go with the truth. I don't know what's wrong with them, but I go with what my eyes and what my ears tell me, man. Common sense is common sense.
And you know what, man? I'm on record, and Money Brown to tell you this, right? I told everybody, I said, if Errol Spence continue to look like he doing the Danny Garcia fight, I said, I got Terence Crawford over him. I don't think that that same version of Errol Spence that looked like he did against Danny Garcia, I wouldn't pick him over Terence Crawford. But then when I see him come back and look like he did against Ugas, and then knowing that he was staying in shape and gonna even look better in his next fight, I said, oh, nah. He's fully back to that nigga with the shag, and Terence Crawford can't fuck with him.
And then let me say this right quick, Key. Man, the way he did Ugas, man, we see some hard punches. There's been some hard punches through the history. But niggas ain't been breaking niggas down like he did, dude. You know what I'm saying? Come on, yo.
Body, broke his face,
orbital bone. His ribs.
Set his ass out for almost
orbital side.
Come on, man. If that ain't setting the statement, I don't know what else is.
That motherfucker,
you know what I mean?
For 5 weeks. Yeah, the motherfucker opened his eye for 5 weeks. Niggas,
that's a fact, yo. That man was hurt, bro.
They see that shit. They know what it is.
They talking about Lomachenko might not be ready for Devin Haney though.
But let me touch on this real fast though, because I want to touch on, because they keep talking about the Terence Crawford situation there. My man kind of hit it in the chat. Now I don't know if he was on saying, you know, what side he was taking with it, but you got to think about this. We all knew Errol Spence had the November 19th day regardless, right? November 19th day was there. So like they sitting up here in terms of Crawford beating around the bush and he ain't meeting that date. So they like, all right, listen, we got to keep Thurman over here. But Earl already told him he don't want it. Now just let that sink in. If he really wanted the November 19th date, if he didn't want Terence Crawford, bro, that fight would have took place. Not saying it would have been Keith, but that whatever fight for November 19th would have took place. So I just let you know Earl Spencer's all the way in. When y'all keep talking about Al Heyman, Al Heyman, that's y'all sitting on other niggas' panels, soaking up what they put in y'all goddamn head. Y'all not thinking for self. Y'all just soaking up other niggas' game that they put in y'all head. And y'all coming over this way talking about, well, Al Heyman didn't want to fight, and Al Heyman wanted this, and Al Heyman wanted that. Man, that's negative, bro. If Al Heyman didn't want to fucking do business with Terence Crawford, which he got to do business because that's what Errol Spence wants. He worked for his fucking fighters. He won't be talking to Terence Crawford. Let that shit sink in. The point of he's sitting there talking with Bud, right? And he telling him, you want the fight, you go get it, bro. But you it's only so much you can keep asking the motherfucker before they start getting on their nerves. They just thinking like, oh, why isn't he just talking to Bud? Why isn't he just talking to Bud? I don't fucking work for him, bro, but I'm talking to him to the extent to where I can talk to him. But you want the fight with my fighter, you're going to get the fight. We sending you contracts, we're sending you this. You steady being difficult. You the one asking all these goddamn questions. And asking him, because they want to say, how you know what he asking Bob Arum? How you know? The point is, you ask Bob all these motherfucking questions trying to make a fight happen. It ain't the point about, what he asked Bob Arum. It's like you steady on me with all this shit, and we trying to negotiate with your ass, right? Let your lawyers do the job, trust in who you got, and then let's move forward. Because if that's the case, the fight would have been made. But the dude didn't want to fight, bro. That just let you know he don't want to fight because you ask him a million and one question. They gonna try to take this. So why would you ask a million and one questions? Oh, if you want to know where the money's coming from, y'all don't know where the fuck the money coming from. But when everybody else took a percentage, they didn't ask Al Heyman, oh, we need to see the book to see where all the money. No, they sat back and they believed in they goddamn self. When you working with PBC, you taking a chance on yourself. That's their whole motto. You go get what you get up front, and then what come in on the back end with everything else, whatever percentage you got, you go come out good. And them dudes ain't never complained. But now when it comes to Terence Crawford, like I say, everybody want to act brand new again. Oh,
now
he said
Al Heyman, right?
What? 35% of what? He's not getting up. How y'all know he's not getting upfront money, bro? The deal ain't even fucking done to see what he get, right? Nobody showed the contract to see what he get. So as much as y'all want to say, oh, nobody's contesting that he said, and nobody's contesting when the motherfucker say he's getting upfront money as well. Because Steven Espinoza said he's getting his highest upfront money that he's getting in his career. What if it was $8 million? Right? It could have been motherfucking $6.5 million. It could have been $7 million. It's more than what you ever got up front. And you're still getting back end money. So it's still a real deal.
It remind me of the whole Buzz situation. You ever went out with somebody and y'all been about to go out to a party or something?
Hold on, bro.
Oh, my bad, money.
Until the contracts come out to show what each dude was getting, nobody can sit up here and say if he was getting 65, 35, no upfront, no back end. Y'all don't know what the fuck it is, right? You can't say a lawyer told you because the lawyer can't tell you another man's business, right? Period. You know what I mean? And he don't even trust his fucking lawyer. So that just tell you that shit right there. Now, when I was telling them, I slipped. Al Heyman talked to Terence Crawford, and that's what Errol Spence was talking about. He was talking to Al. So if y'all gonna tell me that Al and Earl ain't having real serious conversations, y'all got to be crazy out y'all fucking mind. And Janelle, that's my guy. I fuck with Janelle. But Janelle is, to me, my dog, you sit on other people's channels, and that can easily persuade your ass because you're a Terence Crawford fan. And anybody that's riding for Terence Crawford want him to be right. If you sit on a panel and a nigga talking good about Bud, you gonna take all that shit in. You know what I mean? You gonna take it all in. So we being realistic. I've been on this motherfucker saying Terence Crawford ain't ducking, the fight gonna take place, he negotiating and all that shit until these facts hit the table. And then you start turning his ass up. You got to call it for what it. Cats ain't being fair. They just want to, Terence Crawford is. They don't like Al Heyman. They go shit on Al Heyman. They going out. Y'all don't know if these people going out of business or not. Y'all listen to too much other motherfuckers, bro. So at the end of the day, bro, until them contracts really come out, they can't sit up here and say what Terence Crawford was getting and what he wasn't getting. But what we do know, he didn't sign that goddamn contract and he didn't make the fight happen when he said he agreed to everything. But nobody is speaking on that shit. It's crazy.
I want to ask this, right? Because it's mighty funny, right? That you get a Rudy Poot ass opponent that you know you can beat, right? You get, they say $10 million, right? If that's true, we just gonna go with $10 million. And all of a sudden you don't have no issues with your lawyer. So did your lawyer not negotiate that deal for you? Or you just did that yourself and you didn't need a lawyer? I'm just saying, because with Errol Spence, you have a chance to be undisputed. You're gonna be on the biggest pay-per-view you ever been, but now it's all type of things that you need to know, and then you don't trust your lawyer, and it's this, and that, right? But with this motherfucking amnesia, it's only one belt on the line. That's your belt. You know you're gonna walk through him like water, right? They give you $10 million, so, and it's a new company too. You ain't never had heard of this company before. They ain't never put on not damn boxing event. So did you all of a sudden trust your lawyer again? I'm just asking. So, you know what I'm saying? Or you just didn't give a fuck about a lawyer at that point. You didn't even need your lawyer then, right? Because it was
lawyer
like,
shit sound like some bullshit.
This is an easy ass fight. I don't even need a lawyer. I'm confused. What was it?
Y'all ever seen somebody that
done, you were able to get that deal done. So what happened to you not trusting your lawyer?
Right. Y'all ever seen somebody that y'all invite them out and they really don't want to go out, so they keep asking questions? They be like, man, who are there? Man, is it parking there? Like, that's Bud. He just say he want to fight, but he just keep asking questions. Man, what the contract say? But I'm saying, though, then they say I don't trust the lawyer. You know what I'm saying? Then he gonna want to sit and have dinner with Al Heyman. Then he gonna want to ride one of Errol Spence horses. You know what I'm saying? Like, dude is gonna come up with everything. other than signing the contract. And you got to think about it like this. The biggest fight, one of the biggest fights in history, you getting 35%. So that's the back end. When it's a percentage, that means you coming in like you part of the contract, right? Instead of getting that flat rate. So let's just say you got 10 million from BLK. Now, let's say this is the biggest fight in history. I look at it like this. It's like taking the salary from Walmart or getting a commission from like the Birkin store where they sell $50,000 bags. You know, even though you're getting a commission, their whole price point is higher. The whole situation is going to reap you more money. So I look at it like he passed up 35% of probably like 100 million to get 10 million guaranteed. You know what I'm saying? Right. Because that fight to me would have grossed about 100 million. We talking about worldwide. Somebody said BLK worldwide. I don't know about that shit, but I know that Spence and Crawford fight would have definitely sold worldwide.
No, but that's not $100 million fight. I'm not gonna say it's a $100 million fight.
And Gayla said, she says, Gayla said, I swear I'll be doing that. It was funny you said that because I was thinking the same shit. When I be tired and motherfucker wanted me to go out somewhere and I don't want to go, man, shit. What time you said you was finna go again?
Man, is it parking there, dog?
Oh man, shit. Man, how long you finna be up there? Knowing you don't feel like
you don't want no parts of that shit.
You know what I'm saying, man? And it's just crazy because somebody said, "Oh, you hired a new lawyer." Well, how we know that? That's speculation. And if he did hire a new lawyer, how you trust your new lawyer all of a sudden so fast when you had an old lawyer and you had been fucking with him and you didn't trust him? Like, it just don't make no sense. The bottom line is when they gave you something that wasn't gonna cause you, when they gave you a high reward, low risk type of opponent, right, you was all in. You didn't give a fuck what was, you know what I'm saying, what your lawyer said or you didn't care about nothing else.
Where the money coming from, Key, no skip to the dude, no nothing. Just take their word for it.
101 in the building. He says BLK is worldwide, but that app only have 5K downloads. Laugh out loud.
Exactly.
Man, like I said, salute
it's 5,000 people in the world.
I'm gonna salute Blue Blood, man, because I think that I love what he's doing. You know what I'm saying? He doing a lot. You know that shit. I mean, he doing a lot. You know, business wise. I can't say that I wouldn't have made the same move if I was put in the same position because I'm not giving a fuck about what Al Hammond and no other company got going on. But I ain't never had heard of BLK besides when Blue, you know what I'm saying, when Blue started promoting it and telling us to go download the app.
Yeah, but Key, people, and that's what I don't like though, Key. Everybody, they putting too much emphasis on Blue Blood. Like everybody, like even the ones that want to rap for him, even the ones that go. This is not about Blue Blood, bro.
It's not about Blue.
Blue Blood is not giving no $10 million to no Terence Crawford or no $12 million to no goddamn Adrian Browner. So it's not like it's about Blue Blood. They keep making blue. Like, bro, it's about Terence Crawford. And if people turn Black Prime ass up, it's about Black Prime sticking their nose where it didn't belong at the moment, bro. Period. You know what I'm saying? Like these people been. You think PBC ain't pissed off? Like we've been doing business with this man this long. You know what I'm saying? We I got you.
And money. And I was gonna say real quick that Black Prime, right? The thing is you don't come into business like that. Right. Black, they fuck themselves because everybody know how boxing work, right? Yeah. You're gonna have a good business relationship with these other promoters. You come into business and do underhand shit like that. Your very first fight, ain't nobody gonna work with y'all.
Yeah, that's why we all been waiting on, bro.
Yeah, the biggest fight in boxing, bro. So it come down to like, y'all come in like for real, Keith, like some street shit. Like that's why I say, motherfucker get fucked up. Like, I keep been working on this play for goddamn me 5 months. They've been dragging my nigga feet all day, and he like, man, I'm finally finna get it done with these motherfuckers. These motherfuckers made me miss 5 months worth of money, man. Like, you know how much money that is, but when I make the play, I'm gonna recoup that shit. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna get it all. But then you got the nigga that you're talking to just automatically, bam, go recoup with somebody else, and now he looking good over there, and he looking at you like, oh yeah, I don't give a fuck about you, nigga. Like, I ain't tell you shit. You up like, oh, okay. You know what I mean? Like, yeah, like the shit don't ride like that. So when we're looking at the situation, it's like they came in when PBC, this big ass company, supposed to be making their money, right? And then, hold on, I gotta take this call, okay? My bad.
Man, people
What
always
he's
switching. People
saying,
always switching. People always switching the agenda, bro. Like, you know, all right. So if it's all about Bud getting his money, then people need to stop talking about people ducking Bud. That right there need to be, you said, it need to be nipped in the bud right now. All right, that's the case. So we talk about, like I said, we talk about Keith Thurman. Keith Thurman, he what, $10 million he wanted from Bud? All right, what they call Keith Thurman, pricing himself out. All right, so like I said, Bud got to keep that same energy when it comes down to it, bro. You think PB and Al Heyman go put everything, the whole boxing nation on hold? Well, they missing money. They can have a bunch of what fight going on. If he wanted Thurman to fight EJ, it would have been happened. They don't need to do all this shady stuff for that fight to happen.
Yeah,
Come
bro. So
on.
what I
The
was
reason
yeah,
why, because they want this fight to go.
let me finish this, big bro. Yeah, that's what I was saying. When they came in, it's like y'all came and stuck y'all nose, and you got like Steven Espinoza, Al Heyman, you know, Earl. We ain't gonna say Earl because that motherfuckers enjoying themselves. But the people, the business, they was, you know what I'm saying, they losing sleep over this fight. They negotiating with this motherfucker. You got Al Heyman a little frustrated with his ass. You got Steven Espinoza. He doing everything he trying to do to make this fight happen and keeping it real. Then these mans getting all the slander in the world. They slandering these mans for working their ass off trying to make the fight happen with this dude who got no land, right? He ain't got no promoter like Bob Arum saying, but they trying to work with his ass and teach him, look, man, this how it go, bro. Everything gonna work out. But he got fucking trust issues. So then he go over here, like he said, to some motherfuckers with a lower nigga, you know you finna just tear his ass up. Like that's a walk in the park. And he trying to everybody, oh, he's top 5, man. That man ain't no competition for no goddamn Terence Crawford. And the ones that ride for Terence Crawford, they still ain't talking about how weak the competition is. They keep one just, oh, he got $10 million. They try to play him. He got $10 million. Like, man, get the fuck out of here with this shit, bro.
You heard all these big heads in boxing like Bob Arum. A lot of people, they like, I ain't never heard it. We don't even know who dude is.
Hey, Bob said, hey, Keith,
never
Bob
seen
said,
him
look,
fight.
Bob said, if that nigga get 10 million, Terence Crawford new name should be Jesse James around this motherfucker.
Jesse fucking James, bro. He said he should change his name to
Jesse James. You understand? If y'all don't know who Jesse James is, go do research. Robbery like a motherfucker. You feel me?
Great robbery.
So if everybody ducking, I guess everybody ducking. So that means Boots ducking too? I mean, what's up, bud? What's up? Is Boots ducking too? Since EJ and everybody, what about Boots?
Once you get 3 belts, if Errol was to vacate right now and he left them 3 belts, I guarantee you, whoever picked them belts up, Terence Crawford wouldn't have no problem fighting for them belts. If Errol Spence vacated them 3 belts, or if it was anybody else holding them 3 belts.
Bro,
He wants them belts. He just don't want to have to get them eye sockets checked in.
What's my man name?
Terence Crawford. Terence Crawford is used to taking the easy route. He's used to getting right compensated. He's used to getting a lot more than for taking less than competition. Right? He's used to doing that. He's used to getting the high amount and taking the low level competition. He's used to doing that. So now when he finally got to fight somebody, they walk into a lot of problems, a whole lot of issues, because he don't believe in himself like his fans believe in him, or like his fans pretend to believe in him.
Say that shit one more time.
Mac World Media. Damn, what the fuck I was going to say, bro? You said something. I forgot what the fuck I was going to say. Damn, it slipped my mind, bro.
Hey, I'm gonna say this. I'm gonna say this. I'm gonna get up, man. I'm gonna say something. Get out. I'm gonna try and have it. For people talking about Bud, he fought Porter, this and that. Man, I'm gonna tell you something. If you fight somebody that you really cool with, man, then somebody that you don't like, you'll go so much easier than your homeboy than you is somebody that don't like. You know what I'm saying? That's just facts. If I had to fight my homeboy, I like, okay, well, you know, we gonna get into it. We gonna get heated, whatever, on some big stuff. What it is, we gonna get into it. But I'm not gonna go at him as hard as I'm gonna go to somebody I like, somebody that I don't like, or somebody I really want to beat. You know what I'm saying? It's a different type of feeling there. Everything else besides Porter, Bud don't have any. He don't have anything, man. It's always an excuse that they try to say Bud, but they want EJ to do all the heavy lifting. And it's always an excuse that they try to make a way out of for Bud. But it don't make no sense. And what he's doing it's unacceptable, man. If you a boxer fan, for number one, a boxing fan, you would not agree with what's going on right now because boxing fans, bro, they deserve better, so much more, bro, and what they getting right now. Because this right here is ridiculous. And Terence Crawford, man, you cheated the fans, bro. I want you to know that, dog, straight up. You should have fought somebody either better than you fighting, or you should have fought Jay. WJ was number one, but at the same time, you should have fought somebody that was high caliber. Yeah, that's wrong.
You know
I'm gonna let y'all have it.
what I
I'm
feel like?
And right now,
I
let me
feel
say this,
like
Mac
Top
word. Let me
Rank.
say this, Mac word. Even right now, bro, even with like when they be like, oh, when you look at motherfucking Jerron Boots Ennis, right? We see how tough a Jerron Boots Ennis fight is with Earl. Now they pressing Earl. I'm talking about pressing. Or he don't want to fight Boots. Is he go duck? Is he go duck? But still haven't said nothing. Still haven't said nothing about motherfucking Terence Crawford fighting motherfucking David Avenesian. So now when we're looking at EJ, he been fighting tough fights. That's what we've been saying. He been taking the tough road. Bernie the Boss go come out talking about, oh, that boy got a tough road to go. He got a nigga, he been on a tough road. He been wearing on his motherfucking body. Yeah. Eye injuries and car crashes. Nigga, he been on a tough road. Bud been the one motherfucker walking down an easy road. Nigga getting money and free money. He want to continue to get free money for lower competition. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, they ain't gonna put the issue on him like that. But when you talk that type of shit, we hating on Bud and it's this and it's that. But now that the truth is coming out on his ass, Bob Arum letting motherfuckers know that, you know, he ain't got no business sense for real, right? And now that when he come up to somebody like an Errol Spence, and then when that contract is in his face, when shit is reality, right? When it's reality and it's almost there, all you gotta do is put your name on the contract, because now we agreed to everything you wanted. When he say he agreed to everything they wanted, now we agreed to everything you wanted, right? You want to hold on to the motherfucking contract and go blank and don't say nothing to them people and come up with an easy ass fight. If BLK would never stuck their nose in, bro, we'll have a fight, bro. Plain and simple.
And y'all hit the like button. You know the like button is free. It don't cost y'all nothing to hit the like button. Smash on the like button. You know what I'm saying? Hit the like button. I know a lot of people in here might have forgot, but I'm letting y'all know right now. Hit the like button. It's free. Before we wrap it up, you know what I'm saying? You got anything else you want to add, Mac World?
Yeah, I wanted to say something about what Money was talking about. See, the whole thing with and we talked about this a little bit yesterday. They said something about Bob Arum today, said something about Lomachenko. First of all, I want to say Bob Arum know his shit, regardless if you like him or not. You know his shit, right? So when your boy got on the panel earlier and he was like, man, everybody just speculating. I think Al Heyman doing bad business, but Bob Arum himself said, man, we done worked with Al Heyman plenty of times. Like, you just can't go over to Al Heyman with no promoter and think you finna make demands and stuff like that, right? So I want to say that Bob Arum know his shit. And secondly, I want to say, as far as like what he said earlier today, and we was talking about it on the panel yesterday. I talked about Terence Crawford then benefited from Top Ranks, quote unquote, matchmaking prowess, right? So today he was talking about, that's talking about making the fight with Devin and Lomachenko. And today he was talking about he don't think that Loma might be ready for Devin. You know what I mean? So that kind of go to the point I was making when I was talking about Terence Crawford. He relied all this time on that top rank matchmaking. Bob Arum know how to set them matches up that's good, but he know who they gonna favor. He was setting Terence Crawford up with people with a good record on paper like Mean Machine. I don't even know where the hell they found Khan at. They probably had to resuscitate dude with the defibrillator. I don't even know where they found dude. Then he always taking somebody like you see they got Kell Brook. I don't think he would have fought a prime Kell Brook. They would have had plenty problems making that fight. But he like to get somebody a little bit damaged. You know what I'm saying? Now I'm gonna say this the same way that Bob Arum was like, I don't think that Lomachenko ready for Devin Haney, and he thinking about not making the fight now. Man, Terence Crawford been benefiting from being with Top Rank. Now that he ain't with Top Rank no more, ain't no more soft touches, ain't no more upfront guarantee. You want to be a promoter, you got to do business with the big boys, contract style. Not no guarantees are for employees, salaries are for employees. But I did always get a vibe from Bud though, like he should have been with the Top Rank. I mean, not Top Rank, but PBC. But he liked being an employee over at for Bob Arum because he was getting that guaranteed upfront money. I think it kind of spoiled him a little bit. And in the end, you know, trying to take your upfront money problems that you got, or you know, the way you doing business, and you trying to take it to other promotions. Everybody not gonna accept that shit, bro. They don't do business like that at PBC. So it is what it is, man. He ain't got that matchmaking no more from Top Rank. He gotta go through the fire.
Yeah, man, like I said, man, they built a whole narrative around him being the number one pound for pound, the best thing you ever seen in boxing, off of easy competition, off of.
And one more thing, they attached his name to Errol Spence's name too, the same way Bob Arum attached
and then
Pacquiao
built
to
the narrative
Mayweather.
off of that. It then built the narrative off of that Errol Spence was afraid of him. That Keith Thurman was afraid of him, that Danny Garcia was afraid of him, that Sean Porter was afraid of him, that everybody was afraid of him. Meanwhile, right, he's going on a run like Mike Tyson did in 84 and 85 and 86. You know what I'm saying?
Leave Mike Tyson alone.
Yeah, we know what it is. You know, he's going on a run like that. You feel me? He's going on a run to where they're matchmaking him very well to make him look well. And I'm not saying that the man don't got skills. I'm not saying that.
Right. I'm not saying that. I ain't saying that.
But they're making him look more than what he is because you put him in the ring with lesser competition. Now he can get all that shit off.
Facts.
You put him in the ring with Errol Spence and Sean Porter in his prime and people like that. Now you're struggling. You maybe beat Sean Porter, but now you struggle. You even Kenny struggle Porter with Sean Porter, man. You struggle with Sean Porter that was out of his prime. Admitted he was out of his prime.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So it's a lot of smoke and mirrors with his whole career. It's been a lot of smoke and mirrors. But man, we finna get ready to wrap it up, man. Hell of a show. We got some great fights, some good fights coming on this weekend. Top Rank got a lit card. DAZN, they got a card over there. And who else I'm missing? Who else? Oh yeah, the Jake Paul and the Anderson Silva. You know, I want to see that. I want to see that. I think that Jake Paul done met his match, and I'm not rooting against Jake Paul, but I don't know, man. He gonna have to show me he could beat Anderson Silva. But that's gonna be a good one. So yeah, we got a lot of boxing this weekend, man. Let me go and get y'all last words before we get up out of here. My man, Mac World Media. Let me get your last words before we step up out. And I see you, Coach. Salute.
Shout out to everybody in the panel. Everything boxing working. Money Brown working. My channel, Mac World Media, is part boxing, part just like blogging, talking about current events and different shit like that. So real cool little podcast, 1 o'clock every day. Come through, check it out. Salute to all the fight fans, man, and support the channels, man. We working.
Yeah, let them know 1 o'clock is at Mountain Time, East.
1 o'clock Central. I'm in Milwaukee, man. It's 1
o'clock Central. Okay. Yeah, 1 o'clock Central time. Y'all can catch Mac World Media every day.
And we ain't eating people in Milwaukee either. Fuck that Jeffrey Dahmer shit, man. Ain't nobody eating them.
Hey, I think I'm on like the 4th episode. Yeah,
I still ain't got past the first one. I gotta get past the first.
I grew up when that shit was happening. I remember being around when Jeffrey Dahmer was around. So
yeah, I remember when that story broke back in the day. I remember that shit. Then remember the movie Silence of the Lambs and all that shit. Man.
Yeah, Silence of the Lambs. Yep, that shit weird as fuck.
Yeah. Yeah, but Money, man, let me get your last words before we get up out of here, man. Let them know what you got going on.
Well, y'all know me, man. I'm roasting Terence Crawford all year. I ain't letting up, right? So people can feel how they want to feel, and they can, take shit, interpret it the way they want to interpret it, and we go interpret the way we want to interpret it. So that's the beauty of everybody having their own mind for the ones who can think for self. You know what I'm saying? So at the end of the day, when we're looking at the entire situation and you look how everything play out, if you really wanted the Errol Spence fight, you would have stayed down, you would have stayed solid, and you would have still been negotiating, bro. It ain't no crying about, oh man, I ain't want to sit out and well, you should never let the negotiation drag so fucking long when they were trying to get you to sign the contract when everything was, still in your favor like it's in Errol Spence's favor. Of course, you're not gonna get every fucking thing you want, but you want to sit your ass and drag your foot for months, and people wonder why Errol Spence wasn't talking. because the man was trying to do good business and keep his fucking mouth shut. Just like Stephen Espinoza
Right.
said. I know it's just putting the business out there in the public so it can fuck up the fight. And then as soon as people got the, leaking little shit out there, Terence Crawford want to leak the false narratives and shit like that, then everything got to going wrong. And the fight got fucked up because everybody had an opinion when they didn't know what the fuck was going on for real. So, I'm blaming Terence Crawford 120%. If he really wanted to fight, he would have stayed down like Errol Spence, and he would have, because he helped drag the fight so long, he would have went on ahead and went into next year to make this fight happen. Money still would have been good. Fight still would have been good, and everything would have still been the same as you fighting in December. Ain't shit changing in January or motherfucking February from you fighting December the 10th, bro. You know what I'm saying? But y'all come follow me, man. We'll go live tonight. We're finna drop more videos, turn his ass up. Y'all support, watch the videos, continue to support my brother Key. We'll go keep doing what we do.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. And like I said, y'all hit the like button before we get up out of here. Appreciate everybody for coming through, showing love and support to the channel. Samuel Washington, yeah, that's a fight I do want to see. Le'Veon Bell and Uriah Hall, because Uriah Hall, he do got a hell of a stand-up game in the UFC. I want to see how he can translate that to the ring. And I'm looking forward to seeing Le'Veon Bell again, because you know what I'm saying, he put Adrian Peterson dick in the dirt the last time we seen him, and he showed that he actually do got real boxing skills. So yeah, man, that Jake Paul, that shit, it's gonna be entertaining, to say the least. It's gonna be entertaining. But yeah, y'all hit the like button once again. Appreciate everybody for tuning in. Y'all already know how I do. There you go, talking that boxing again, and I'm gone.
Later.